Yeah, hi Christopher. Good afternoon.
Good
How are
afternoon.
you?
I'm fine. Thank
Did
you
you
for.
eat your lunch?
I did, yes, and I have to say I love Indian food. It is one of
Ah,
my favorite cuisines,
okay. Glad to hear that.
but not 3 times a day for 8 days. I have to tell you, the first thing I do when I'm going to get back home is I'm going to
Is
have a steak
okay.
with a glass of red wine. I know that's bad,
Uh,
but
we actually miss that here in Ahmedabad as well. So, first of all, tell us about your journey. You have worked as a brand manager. You have worked as a teacher. You have been into finance and marketing. So, tell us about the journey, how it all began, and how did you reach at this level you are right now?
pure luck.
I don't believe you.
So my undergraduate degree is in corporate finance,
Yeah,
and
I
I
know that.
greatly enjoyed my finance classes. But I'm very thankful I did not end up in finance. I'm very thankful I ended up in marketing. My first job out of college was for the Clorox company, and it was a finance position in the marketing department. But they allowed me to systematize the finance part, so it became a very small portion of the job, and then they let me do marketing the rest of the time. And I decided marketing was much more interesting than finance, so I just kind of slowly began to work my way over to the finance group, or sorry, away from
Marketing.
finance over to the marketing group. And then I then worked for the ice cream division of Unilever
Yeah.
and the Kellogg company after that. And then I did my graduate degree in marketing from
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
And then when I was working for the Kellogg company, Leo Burnett Worldwide was our advertising agency, and at the time, that was really the beginning of the introduction to what was called strategic planning,
Yeah.
which was an agency function, and I really liked that. So then I left Kellogg and moved to New York City to work for an advertising agency as a global strategic planner. And then I worked for another agency in Los Angeles as a planning director, and then a below the line agency, and then started my own company.
So the experience has been good so far. Like you change a lot, you shift a lot. The experience has been overall good, or is it like tiring at times?
No, and I mean, I think the reason it was tiring was because when it was tiring, that's when I left a company. Right? I just got bored easily. I think maybe because I never considered myself to be an entrepreneur, but
Yeah, you are.
I'm an entrepreneur. But I don't know that I would classify myself as an entrepreneur. And I'm not claiming I'm Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, but they clearly were destined to be great entrepreneurs. So
Yeah.
I don't have as much entrepreneurial oomph as they do, but clearly I had enough entrepreneurial drive that working for
Yes.
someone else was going to be very difficult for me. So it just took the right aligning of the sun, moon, and stars for me to say I'm going to go do my own thing.
Kind of you to say that. 20 plus years in brand management. How did you shift to being a teacher? Like, what triggered you? What motivated you to teach the students around different countries you travel?
That was purely accidental. Quite honestly, it was. So when I started the company, when you start a company, your sales process. When you are a business to business like we are, your sales process is you have to knock on a lot of individual doors.
Exactly.
So every single company I'm calling or emailing, and you're doing that to 20 or 30 different people within one company. So that's a lot of what they call pounding the pavement to get new business.
Yes.
If I have to go to each one of them individually. Well, after a few years, I realized I need a way to bring them to me.
Yes.
What was missing in the discipline of shopper marketing, which was our focus at the time, there was no training.
Okay.
It was still a new discipline in the United States, and there was nowhere that you could actually send any of your team members to learn what shopper marketing was, how to do it. So I created a shopper marketing course solely for the purpose of getting consulting work.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, I was being invited to speak at conferences, and then in 1 year, out of nowhere, I was invited to speak in Russia, China, Brazil, and Singapore.
Yes, we read that.
That was in 1 year. So all of a sudden, I realized I had this content that people were clearly in need of. So then all of a sudden, I started speaking at conferences and then started getting invited by universities. I taught briefly at New York University in New York City, but that was only briefly. So, and I ended up here.
Yeah, but that I won't call that luck. That was pure strategy and well thought process.
Well, but it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, yes, but it was an unforeseen benefit of my company's growth strategy.
Yeah.
I didn't intend to speak at conferences and travel to speak. That I didn't even think of that. It never crossed my. Sorry, that's my alarm. Don't know why. It's time for me to wake up. Apparently, it was never my intent that was going to happen. It was pure. It was just if you're not comfortable with the word luck, it was a very fortunate, unforeseen byproduct of the growth strategy.
Maybe it was written in the stars. You would teach us. Or you would end up here in Mica. Our luck.
Well, but you have to, think about this, though. I grew up on a tiny little dairy farm in Wisconsin, which is the state north of Chicago. And it seems so unlikely that I would end up in, I don't remember exact, Saran? What's the name of this little town?
Sheila.
Sheila. Okay, so that I would end up teaching at a graduate school in Sheila, India, outside of, it's, what do you think about it? It's a preposterous notion.
Yes, everything is destined, I guess. So, you've been to many places, China, Russia, Singapore, Brazil, Colombia, and the list goes on. And now you're here in India, and this is the second time. So, you've seen so many cultures. Tell us about all those experiences, and which is the favorite city you've been to, and how do you adapt to these different cultures? Like, as a teacher, you'll have to adapt to different cultures and teach accordingly. So, first, tell us about which is your favorite place, any specific memory you'd like to share with our listeners.
So, it's hard to pick a favorite place.
Give us 2 or 3, we don't mind.
So, the places that I really enjoyed the most, I enjoyed Russia very much because it's such a beautiful country.
Okay.
And the people are really fascinating because obviously Russians have the reputation of being very cold, very stern, humorless. But what I appreciated about them is they're very direct. They don't try and veil their feelings or what they're really thinking. They just say them. I appreciate the directness, but they're very funny and they can actually be quite charming. Okay. I don't know that I would call them warm, but they're charming at least. And I visited Moscow, and I spoke at a conference in Moscow, and then visited St. Petersburg, which was just really, really beautiful. And it's a country that's very rich in history.
Yeah.
And anytime I go, I try and speak with marketing people. I try and reach out to the marketers at companies and have meetings with them because I like to speak to marketers from around the world. I will say the first time I came to India, which was in December of 2015. I came into Delhi and then went to Jaipur and Agra, back to Delhi. And I was here for, I don't know, maybe about 12 days, the very first time I came here. It took me, I would say, about 5 to 6 days to understand India well enough to determine whether I liked it or not.
Okay, so what's your call now?
I like it very much so. Yeah, very much so.
Glad.
I think out of all the places I've been in the world, even China, this is by far for me the most foreign.
Oh,
meaning
glad to hear that.
There are no, it's great. Did you say sad or glad?
Glad.
Glad. Okay, good. Glad. Good. Because it's really amazing, right? Whenever I come back from India, my friends ask me, people, what's it like, right? Because very few Americans have been here. And I said, the best way to me to describe India, it is a country of contrasts.
Yeah. So many cultures and everything.
Cultures and languages and, every 10 kilometers, the food changes.
Yeah, exactly.
And even just it can be a very dusty place, but yet everybody wears very bright colors.
Yes.
I went to a flower market when I was in Mumbai the last time, and the things you do with flowers for ceremonial necklaces are really,
Yeah.
really beautiful. So it's a fabulous country.
Uh, we are all glad that you love India. We would love you to visit more. And other than Delhi and Jaipur and Agra, we would love you to see Ahmedabad as well. We could show around.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to see anything in Ahmedabad this time. I was hoping to see the ashram, but I didn't have a chance to. So next time I come back.
Sure, sure. We would love to see you around.
No, there's so many things in India I'd love to see. It's such a big country.
I know. I also haven't been to many places, but I love to. So you said Russia is your favorite and also India. Having visited all these, you've seen the cultures. But how do you adapt as a teacher in teaching the students around all these cultures? Is it tough?
It is, but so for example, this is the second time I've taught here.
Yeah.
Now I have a greater insight into the different way of teaching that I need to practice here in India. But the one thing that you do have to learn is that one's sense of humor does not necessarily translate in a different culture.
Yes.
So my sense of humor tends to be rather sarcastic.
Okay.
And sarcasm doesn't play
Everywhere.
in a lot of different cultures.
Yes.
So I think I'm hysterical. The students don't necessarily think I'm very funny at times, but that's just, you learn. That's the only way you learn.
Exactly.
Because I can't come into a different country and know instantaneously this is the way that I need to teach. Like one of the things I have learned here is the students seem uncomfortable with challenging the professors. They may ask questions for clarification,
Yes.
but I don't get the sense that the students are comfortable engaging in real debate with the professors, which personally I much prefer to have a debate with the students because, here at Micah, you're not freshmen.
Yeah.
You're people who have your undergraduate done, your graduate, you may very well have some work experience under your belt already. So it should be more of a discussion. It should be more of a debate. It should be more of an equal exchange between the professors and the students. But it didn't, until the end of my time here, the students, there wasn't much of that challenging and debating.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. Would you agree
Y-
with that assessment, or am I wrong?
I have not been in one of your classes, but I would personally challenge students as well as the teachers. If I have a point, I guess many of us would love to put that out to the teacher as well. But then again, it depends. Maybe you are always right. That is why they don't want to debate you.
I think if my friends heard you say that, they would not be happy about that. No,
Bring
I'm
them-
not always right. There's
Okay.
no way I can always be be right, as much as I'd like to think I am.
Bring along your friends next time you visit to India. So you have your own consultancy, that's Syntegrate, and you are a businessman and a teacher as well. How tough it is for you to fill in both the shoes?
Well, I don't do a whole lot of teaching. I would like to do more. The problem is that when you teach at a university, you have to be there, at the same time every week for 10 to 12 weeks. And my travel schedule would not allow me to be, if I wanted to continue teaching, say, at NYU, or if I wanted to teach at Columbia, I can't meet that commitment. So I don't do formal teaching in a university, except in a situation like this where I will, travel to a university. I'll be a guest teacher or a professor in residence for a short period of time. Other than that, I speak within companies, do training within companies. But that's part of the consulting work, so I'm getting paid for that.
So you fill in pretty easy in both the shoes, I guess.
Yeah, I enjoy teaching. I think I enjoy it. I enjoy it mostly when there's a fair amount of exchange between
the
myself
students.
and the students, but I enjoy it very much.
Cool. So coming back to India, how many times have you visited? Is it the second time you're visiting? Or?
This is my third time, actually.
Okay, and among your 3 visits, which cities have you visited? You said Delhi, Mumbai, Agra, Jaipur.
So the first time was Delhi. The first time was Delhi, Jaipur, Agra, and Mumbai. The second time, then I came here to Ahmedabad, and then went back to Mumbai just as I'm doing this time. So this time I'm here, and then I'm going back to Mumbai on Monday morning, and then I'll fly back home late. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why this thing keeps going off. I will fly back home late Wednesday night.
And among all these, which one is your favorite? You've traveled and you've roamed
Which
around.
city?
Yeah.
I would say Mumbai, but here's why though. So I've not really had a chance to. I've not explored Ahmedabad at all. I did not really have much of a chance to explore Delhi when I was in Delhi. So I think of the cities that I've been to, the one that I've seen the most of is Mumbai. So, and also I get the sense that in most cities in India, there aren't a lot of sidewalks. Maybe I'm wrong, but in Western cities, like every street has sidewalks on both sides. Not so much here in India, in my observation. So it makes it for a tourist. It's a little bit harder to just say I'm going to leave the hotel. Like for example, when I was in Jaipur and Agra. If you wanted to leave the hotel, you had to like open this big security gate because the entire hotel was fenced. Was within a security gate. That doesn't encourage me to want to go walk around the city. But I think in Mumbai, at least where I'm staying this time, there are sidewalks you can actually explore. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. But I haven't seen a lot of that in other cities.
Maybe it's the resemblance with New York. You've lived in New York, and the same pace is in Mumbai, the life.
Yeah, I think it's just right. It's it's more familiar, therefore I'm a bit more at ease, but that's not to say that the next time I come back if I'm here in Ahmedabad or if I'm in Delhi that I'll get out and walk around a little bit more. But
good. So apart from Ahmedabad, you said that you loved Mumbai. What about the food? Which like you said you love Indian food. Any favorite cuisines? Any favorite dish you like? The flavors.
Yeah, but I won't get the names right. But they served something for breakfast here. Just one. It was a white. It's like it starts with a U.
Upma.
Yes, that I love.
Okay.
So the first time I had that, I think, was in Jaipur, and I love that. It's so flavorful, and I think there was like a coconut
chutney.
Curry or chutney.
Yeah,
it was the coconut
curry.
chutney that goes over the top of it. That's great. I love all the naans and the rotis and things like that. But I will admit, I do like the vegetarian dishes, but I do love a good lamb korma or a chicken vindaloo or anything that's got meat in it.
Yes. Did you not find that in Jaipur?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just saying here on campus, the food here is very good, but
yes.
It's I know they try and stick to a vegetarian diet. Yeah.
At times we have chicken in the mess during dinner time.
Yeah, I think there was a couple times we've had it since I've been here.
Okay, so first in finance and then in marketing. What do you like more? Like teaching, you said you like teaching, but you were in finance, then in brand management, and in teaching. If you had to choose from among three,
I would choose a fourth. I love being a consultant.
Okay.
Because a consultant only deals with strategy. When you work as a brand manager, you have a lot of detail and minutia that you have to keep track of. You're responsible for P&Ls. You are responsible for inputs into forecasting and production and packaging and it's a and you're writing an immense amount of presentations to update your managers, the VPs and the directors on how your business is performing. I did all that, and that was really good learning experience. It was a good training ground, but now I much prefer being a consultant because we're only involved in the thinking.
And that sense of ownership that you are doing something for yourself and that is doing good in the market.
Yes.
Okay. And have you heard of any Bollywood songs or any songs you've heard around India? No?
No. So I went to the second year students they did a music thing one night where the students just got up and played guitar or sang or did whatever. So, but I'm not, I've listened a little bit to it, but obviously I have no real exposure to it other than when I come here. And when I come here, I mean, someone would literally have to sit down
Yeah.
and explain, this is what this song is, this is the title, this is where it comes from. So, I mean, I'm familiar with Bollywood and what Bollywood is, and I've seen clips of Bollywood movies, but I must admit, I've not sat down and watched an entire film.
Any particular movie or any celebrity in Bollywood you know about?
No.
Priyanka Chopra, you must have seen in Quantico.
Oh, well, yes, but I don't actually watch Quantico, but I do know
About
who
her.
she is. I mean, yes, I mean, there's like Dev Patel and,
Yeah.
those types of movie stars that that we have in the States, but, I think he was in, was it The Namesake?
Slumdog Millionaire.
He was in Slumdog Millionaire, but he was also in a movie called The Namesake, which was written by a Indian
The
author.
Lion. was the lion.
No. It was another movie called Namesake. It
Yeah,
was written
yeah,
by
yeah.
a famous Indian writer.
Yeah,
I
I know.
can't remember
The
her name.
female writer.
Yes, female writer. Yeah, I can't remember her name, but I am not familiar with Indian kind of like music and film and culture in that sense. I really have very little exposure to it.
Would you like to listen to some and dance to the tunes? We would love you to do that.
Well, I would listen. I'm not sure I would dance, but I'm sure I'd be happy to listen to it. But you know what I mean? No, I don't know that I would dance, but I'd listen to it.
So we'll share some tunes with you. And
Okay.
any favorite Hollywood singer you'd like to you love?
Hollywood singer or Bollywood?
Hollywood.
Hollywood singer?
Yeah.
See, I'm a little old-fashioned, so I would
Okay.
name actors that you may not have, like Bing Crosby.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
I think you would know it
exactly.
more.
Do you know who that is? Okay, so I'm old-fashioned, so because Hollywood performers, Hollywood actors and actresses today don't sing,
Usually they don't.
right? So whereas back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, even into the 50s, at least in the United States, the vast majority of popular music was actually, or not the vast majority, but some of it was actually sung by Hollywood movie stars from their movies.
So any favorite particular song back in the old days?
Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Judy Garland.
Okay, cool. We'll play that for you. And
Oh, actually, go back. Play this one. Oh, nope. Play that one right there.
is
Let's
it
see
a
if
cover
it's this
version?
one. Yes, that one. Yes. This is actually a Hawaiian singer.
Dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby.
He's passed away since. The singer, as you can see, he's very large. So he died of a heart attack, I believe.
Over the rainbow,
Beautiful voice.
It's a really
bluebirds
one
fly.
of, other than Judy Garland, she's the one who recorded the song. It's from The Wizard of Oz, the movie The Wizard of Oz. This is by far other than Judy's, this is my favorite interpretation of the song because I think he sings it with such incredible meaning.
Yeah.
It's clearly very personal to him. The ukulele is a very unusual instrument.
Instrument, yes.
Much, obviously it's very important to the Hawaiian culture, but it's a beautiful version of the song.
High above the chimney top, that's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you did to, oh why can't I
beautiful song.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. Yeah, it's a great song. For that was the video we were watching. What they were about to show you was his actually his burial.
Oh.
That was the sea ceremony in the Hawaiian culture. So, yeah, it's a beautiful song. All right, well, that was really happy.
Yeah. We loved having a chat with you. Thank you,
Thank you
Christopher.
very much. I really enjoyed my time
Yeah,
here.
we too. Anything else you'd like to share with the listeners?
No, no, just thank you for the hospitality that I've always had here in India.
We are so glad that you could be here.
I very much look forward to coming back, and
Yes.
hopefully next time I can explore a little bit more of the country. Kind of each time I come, I'm hoping to see a little bit different section of the country. So thank you again.
And next time we'll make sure that you roam around Ahmedabad as well.
All right, good. Well, you have to tell me what there is to see other than the ashram. I didn't know what else there was.
There are so many places. There are food joints. We'll take you there next time.
All right, great.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.